So one of the important principles of training is to ensure that you're shaping a response so that you don't pitch something too hard for the horse when they're learning something new. And when we're talking about the shaping scale developed by Dr. Andrew McLean and Manuela McLean, that we're really looking at for the foals at the moment, basic attempt. In fact, if we could have something lower than basic, I think that's where we would be. I think we can all acknowledge that the training journey with horses is not often the straight road that we may hope it to be. And, we have twists and turns and bumps in the road. And that's really important for us to acknowledge that it's going to not be sometimes as straightforward as we'd like. With the head collar process, you know that you've got your top goal, your end result that you want the head collar on at the top of the ladder, but very similar to teaching in a classroom, that you know where the goal is, but you want to just break down each moment and each step into little chunks. And you may have ended up at the highest point in your last session, but a really important part is that assessment as you go, and you really might just have to go down much further than you thought when you next come to your session. So we didn't catch the very first moments, but as I tried to pop the lead rope around her neck and approach her with a head collar, she immediately walked away, which she hadn't been doing on the last repetition from a previous training session. So for the second repetition, I mistakenly go to do it again, thinking that she will have felt okay with where I had just left it for the first repetition. But again, she walks away. It's here then that I decide to take a step down on the ladder and go in at a different difficulty level, you can say. And I just try to touch her with the lead rope and reward her for that. But on this second repetition, as you can see, she really decides that that's still too much for her. So again, I decide to go down another step just to make it a lot easier for her. I approach them with just my hand, hoping that that's where she's comfortable, and you can see she tolerates that. So this is the second repetition, and she's really not moving away. So here I think, okay, let's go up again very slowly. I just have the head collar resting on my arm as I scratch her where she was happy with before, and then I just use the head collar to scratch her. So it's just breaking it all down into bite-sized pieces for her. We're back to then just a gentle rub of the lead rope. This is back to the stage where she was showing a little bit of worry. So this is the second repetition, and I'm trying to really think about her arousal level during those repetitions. And this, you can see that she's feeling a lot more comfortable with the lead rope than she did right at the start. We can then think about going up again on the ladder and going up to our next level. So just going to pop the head collar underneath her, pop my arm underneath her neck, just to make sure she's comfortable with all those next step situations. And we can see here that she really is more than comfortable with this stage of the process. An important part of the journey for the foals is to finish actually on a really good note, to keep sessions short, and that was a really good place for us to stop that day.